Hey, welcome back. So you see this big number right here? That is you. Thank you so much for your help. And if you haven't helped, hey, you can still help. Link in the description. But thank you everybody, really, for sure. 455 subscribers. That means a lot to me. It's all organic, no marketing, nothing else. All right, Claude Ai. You heard about AI before. You've been listening to me talk about AI for about a year. Cool. All right. So we have Claude Ai, which is another agent by Anthropic group that works with a constitutional AI, another large language model out there. I heard many great things about it. What we're going to do is test it against ChatGPT, and also not only ChatGPT direct, like I said before, like if you just open ChatGPT and start typing or asking questions, and then the customized instructional systems designer ChatGPT that I created. You see, check the links in the description. You can try it for yourself. It's free and it can help you create content online. In other words, online courses and any other type of course, really. So let's get to it. We're going to take a look at it. We're going to tell you about pricing, all that good stuff. Let's do it. All right, this video is so deep, I'm actually going to change my hat. Like that trick? Pretty good, huh? Video freeze? Yeah, whatever. All right, let's get to it, folks. Let's go take a look at pricing in Claude. All right, so what we got with pricing, we're going to drive here. First of all, you need to go to Claude.ai. Check the links in the description. You can go there as well. And there is a $20 plan that is a monthly plan. So I'm going to test it on that because we're going to do some Claude this month. And we have some interesting things. So, well, how does it work and what's the difference? You probably wonder about that because why? Well, because we have ChatGPT, we have Gemini from Google, that will be the next one, and then and we have so many other apps out there that you've seen, right? But primarily, yeah, it's the thing that we're dealing with. Now we're going to deal with the solutions that are going to have different angles to them, and that's what we're going to see in the future. I mean, the future is only bright, folks. We have a lot of things to look into. There's going to be agents who are going to be able to create and do the work for us. So I can only tell you that it will be very exciting. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. Okay, so I wanted to walk you through the process of Claude because it does have a cool process. It kind of starts with a conversation with you and ask you questions as to what you're going to do, which is pretty much what any other app would do. But the one thing here that you want to notice is the models, right? So we have Claude 3.7 Sonnet, and that is, and the previous one is the 3.5 Haiku. They're saying now, hey, the fastest model for daily task is the 3.5, and the most intelligent model yet is the 3.7. So that's an interesting thing. We'll see what happens. So this is as early 3.5. So they just updated this because 3.5 was available October 2024. Cool stuff. All right. So we know that you have that, and you also know that you have ChatGPT. So what I did is I gave Claude a prompt, and that prompt read, let's make a communication, we're course content creators, right? We're online course and content creators. So I used something relevant here. Let's make a communication skill course for new project managers working with instructional design teams. I will be creating the course in iSpring Studio, and it should not be more than 20 minutes long. Please provide the necessary learning objectives and matching 10 MCQs. MCQs, multiple choice questions. So very simple task for any instructional designer, human or not. But when it comes to AI, we want to know that it's going to come up with the good objectives. So objectives are, the goals for the course, right? And the best objectives have a measurable component. Otherwise, why would you train? Why would you take a course? You want to know how well you're going to be doing, right? Did you get the grade, the A grade? Did you get the B grade? Exactly, right? So you need some kind of measure as to the standard of how you're learning. So that's what the objectives help with. The exams also come from the objectives. That's why the objectives, if they're not good, your exams are going to be trivial and kind of crappy. All right, so we got here, it gave me 5 learning objectives, and they're good objectives, I gotta say. You got the identification of key terminology and concepts. So you want to do that because you want to talk about the same things when we're learning something, right? We don't call the cloud a sheep or a sheep a cloud. So there's got to be that convention, the same key terminology and concepts. Then communication strategies, apply effective communication strategies when briefing instructional design teams, and demonstrate techniques for providing constructive feedback on instructional design deliveries. All right, cool, and all that. Awesome. Okay, let's see what ChatGPT did in comparison. Okay, so ChatGPT, here I'm going to confirm I did the same prompt here for ChatGPT, same prompt, and here's what ChatGPT is doing. So this is the advanced version. This is the custom version of ChatGPT. I want to make that sure you understand that. So I took the ISD. As a matter of fact, you can use the ISD. It's free. So I'll drop that link in the description. And if you would, please help me out on this. Go to this drop down, go down to review GPT, and then give me your thoughts on it. If you liked it or not, if it provide you helpful information or not. The cool thing about this bot is you can ask it to do a course for education and also do a course for like job skills. So it's going to be great for that. It's going to give you the activities, objectives, and everything else. Okay, so in this one, for 5 objectives, identify the key communication responsibilities and all that. The big difference you're going to mention and notice here that I told you about before is the measurement component, right? The metric component. So 100% accuracy, 90% accuracy. Yeah, is that the way to do it? Well, it could be. It all depends on what you're trying to do. If I'm doing a large group of people like in the military, 100% accuracy may be tough. 90% accuracy may be tough as well, but it's a matter of volume, right? And that's also a matter of life or death. So in the military, we're training people for life or death. So a lot of times you want to train people to have very high levels of capability even in training. And all you're doing is confirming that either they get 90% on a test, or either they perform 9 steps out of 10, or either they do it right 9 times out of 10. All right, cool. So we got the choice questions, multiple choice questions. Notice here, gave feedback and for correct or incorrect answers, all done. All that is done. All right, provided 10 questions and follow the instructions to the T. So that is the custom ChatGPT that I created. You can make one too. There's a course that I'm working on, and I will be releasing it here shortly. I swear, I'm working on this. All right, be patient, folks. Working on it. All right, so we have that cover. Let's see what else do I have that I put down here. I put something about a course in my chat, so I didn't know if I was going with. Okay. All right, so this is now the ChatGPT response. Okay, so this is now the ChatGPT response straight up. I just opened 4.0 and asked it and gave you the prompt, and that's it. Didn't do anything else. Remember, we're not giving it a persona. We're not giving it any type of characteristics and prompt. We're not doing any advanced prompting, right? You're not doing any specific prompting, and you're not doing negative statements, meaning you're not also telling it what you don't want. And it could be a conversation, right? So here is not a customized one. It only gave me 3 objectives. I like the fact that it went with key communication expectations and strategies to clarify project goals. But it's a very interesting that, it went with the questions as well, but didn't get any feedback on this, right? You notice this? No feedback at all for correct, or it just told me that the answer is correct or not. So why did I get feedback, didn't get feedback on this one, and why did I get feedback on the other one? Well, the one thing I can tell you is that I did train the other one, the customized one. It's told. It was trained. It was told and trained to provide feedback. So when they didn't do it, I say, hey, what's going on? I asked you to give me feedback. Where's my feedback? So we worked through that, right? And we did that as we went through. Now, what I notice here is this thing did not give me the multiple choice questions. Huh, that's interesting. As I didn't notice. See, so Claude did not give me multiple choice questions. So what are you supposed to do when that happens? Guess what? Here, where are my MCQs? Oops, maybe find the right letter. There you go. Ah, I missed that, so I guess I'm an idiot. But this is what I love about the Sages. Look, I apologize. I didn't make it clear. You know, if it was a human, it would tell you, I apologize, you're stupid. No, I mean, they don't say it to you, but they think it, right? So, yeah, I apologize. It did give me the, here it is. Here is the actual, here are the questions. It gave it to me in a canvas, which is nice. It's the same approach that ChatGPT is doing. So, interesting thing is that this apps are following each other sort of in a way, and they're making each other better because, again, it's going from one end to the other. So here you got questions. Here's constructive feedback. For example, question on constructive feedback. Which of the following represents the most constructive feedback? And there it is. Wow. Okay. So it did do it. It did it great. And this is the free version, by the way. I did not even buy it. So the next one, I'm going to buy it, and we'll see what it can do on other tasks. I'm excited for it. It seems very promising. I'm still on the ChatGPT side because I think that OpenAI is the king so far. They're the ones that kind of leading things, and everybody else is sort of following in a different angle. I will say this, you know, if you like looking at Microsoft, they're just there. They have to have it. They have to show it. Apple, same thing. They have to tell you that, hey, yeah, we're doing it. Because any business today that says that is not doing anything with AI is dead, right? So every business today has to be like, yeah, we are integrating AI. It's either on a chatbot, or it's either on our models, or it's either on how we make our product, or all that stuff. So that's going to be the world of tomorrow, and I'm excited for it. It could be scary, but you know who doesn't get scared? Those who are prepared. So there we are. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching again, and share with your friends. Drop a comment.